Hello friends, I am Dhavalkumar Surti, and in this specific video I will talk about investigating media fill failures. So my friends who are involved in the aseptic manufacturing, injectable manufacturing, sterile product manufacturing must be aware that media fill is an essential compliance part of the industry and we have to perform periodic media fills. And sometimes, I pray to God nobody has to face the media fill failure, but sometimes we had a media fill failure. And it is a very important investigation. If we have media fill failure, then it is very critical investigation, and it takes lots of effort, knowledge and experience to conclude a media failure investigation. So in this specific video I will share some of my thoughts how we can effectively investigate media fill failure. Hope it will be helpful, and if you like, you can subscribe to my channel. So I will, in this specific video, I will talk about the gross failure which you are observing. So what happens if you manufacture media, you filter it, and next day you observe that it is filled into the vessel itself, into the sterile holding vessel itself, the media has been filled. Or if you start filling, and after certain time of filling, you observe that the media is already contaminated. So how we can overcome such a gross failures, so that it will not impact, or it will save my time, efforts and resources which are gone into the media fill. So with respect to the holding vessel or the sterile holding vessel where we are filtering the media and storing, the main reasons which leads to the failure, some of them are the gaskets. If the gaskets are not totally integral, it will pass into the leak test. But if we are not checking frequently the gasket, then by the time the gasket starts to rupture, and it may not provide the adequate leak proof sealing, and there are many gaskets into the system, so that we have gaskets for the view glasses, gasket for the joints, gasket into the process piping, gaskets into your nitrogen purging tubing, gaskets where your inlet is there. So everywhere we are using gaskets. So the gasket should be checked periodically. There should be a replacement frequency for the gasket, and before media you must ensure that all your gaskets are intact, integral, and there are no damages. That is one reason. Second, we are having so many connections onto the tank, so many connections. If clamp is not properly tightened, if there are so many blanks, which blinds we can call, which are not properly connected. View glass, see, we don't open the view glass. View glass is for viewing inside what's inside the tank, but we are not frequently opening the view glass. So that connection, that view glass connection may not be the integral every time. So you have to ensure all your connections within the vessel, in the vessels, so that they are intact, integral, and will not provide any leakage, will not lead to any leakages during the media fill. So this is one. Second thing is the inside surface or inner surface cleaning of the sterile vessels. So many times you observe that we stick some tapes, the autoclave tape, the sterilization tapes inside, and that should not be done. But sometimes some people, due to lack of awareness, they for the sterilization validation they use tapes either to stick biological indicators or the sensors. And what happens, these tapes may not be removed completely, and it is sometimes in such a location that it will not be easily visible. So before you go for a media fill, inspect your vessel thoroughly from inside, that there is no contamination, no glue, no tapes which are there. Thoroughly clean them, so that one will say we are doing SIP. Yes, we are doing the SIP, but this contamination will provide a micro crevices, which is micron size crevices, which will protect microorganisms during the SIP process. They can provide sheath or covering, so that your SIP cycle may not kill those microorganisms and can lead to growth during your media fill and can lead to gross failure. So you have to thoroughly inspect your vessel from inside before you go for media fill, and this process should be for the routine also. So we should not be very cautious during the media fill, and we should not be very relaxed during our commercial production. Commercial production is our business, and we have to be very focused. Same attention during the media fill, and same attention should be provided to the commercial production also. So inspect the vessel. There should be frequent checking. You can maybe 3 months, maybe 6 months, you can inspect all your vessel from inside. Your cleaning program should ensure that there is a daily check or check after every cycle, every cleaning cycle, so that there is no contamination, no rough surfaces, no glue within the tank, which can lead to either media fill failure or product contamination. That is the second reason. Third reason is for the gross failure is your assembling itself. So we know for the sterile manufacturing we have to put filling assembly which will fill the product into the vial or ampules or pre-filled syringe, whatever you are filling line is for that purpose. So if you are not doing the assembling proper, it starts from the sterilization itself. If your assembly is not properly wrapped, not properly sterilized into the autoclave, that is one. Secondly, if you transfer your assembly after unloading from the autoclave, you transfer through mobile laminar air flow unit to your filling machine. If during that transfer, if it is not kept continuously under grade A, then what will happen? It can have contamination on the upper surface of the wrapping, and ultimately it can land into the your final filling assembly needles or tubings and can contaminate media. So your sterilization, your wrapping, your transfer should be very thorough, should be validated to smoke studies also, so that you can be sure that there is continuous laminar air flow or grade A air provided to your filling assembly. And while you are assembling the thing, it should be validated process, it should be thoroughly verified through smoke studies, so that this entire process is not creating a aseptic intervention which can lead to your contamination into your filling assembly. So these are the three important points. One is your connection, aseptic connection, gaskets, view glass, everything we have to check. Second point is your inner surface of the sterile holding vessel. And third point is your assembling process, assembly, sterilization, wrapping and assembling process. It should be very thorough, validated through smoke studies, verified, and then only you should go for media fill. If you are not sure of this thing, you should first be sure and then only go for media fill. Because once it is a media fill failure, then it will be a very long investigation, and we have to put your manpower, resources, and most importantly time. You will delay your activities to investigate media fill failure and again to repeat it. So hope this will be helpful to you. Thank you for watching my video.